All right, so we may get interrupted here because, or not interrupted, but you may hear noise. I live behind an elementary school, and apparently they're redoing some of the playground. So it's been pretty noisy morning, and obviously I didn't make it to the shower yet after my last video because I was walking through. I have my favorite DJ on right now, Kristen Eck at Bumblebee Radio. She's doing her weekly live show. It's an online radio station run out of Kristen's apartment. And she's doing her weekly brunch show, Friday brunch show. And all this really great music came on, Spinnin' Records. I can't remember who it's by, but it's very good. And then she started to play, or she played the Gorillaz, which I love the Gorillaz. So I stopped and I looked over and something hit me as I was walking through. And as you know, I have multiple paintings going on. In fact, in this room alone, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paintings that I do in rotation. I work on in rotation. This particular one has been sitting up here for a few days. Whoops. While I figure it out. I did a short video, or I did a video about it a few days ago, and the background was pretty plain. The figures were pretty plain. What I mean by plain is that it was straightforward oranges and reds. And another time I was listening to Bumblebee Radio, a song came on and I went, oh, I gotta add green. And all of a sudden, it had nothing to do with the song, nothing to do with anything that Kristen was saying. I was just like, oh, green. And so I started adding spring greens. Like you can see spots of it here and there, but I washed it. There's a nice strong spot right there with this fabulous, vibrant spring green by Utrecht. And then I stood back and I was looking at it and I went, oh, and I've got to do the same down here because this is titanium buff. This was titanium buff with a little bit of orange mixed in, and it still felt flat. It didn't have that pop that I wanted. The emotional pop is what I mean, not just the visual pop, but the emotional pop. So I washed that with green as well, and that totally transformed not only the background here, the floor in the reference material, it also transformed the feet, the figure, the rocking horse. Like everything started to bounce out. Now again, as I said, I was walking through and I was standing here looking at it. It was like dancing, and all of a sudden Gorillaz came on, and I love them. I love them. And I'm looking at it and I went, first I'm thinking, yeah, it's done. It's done-ish. It's enough done-ish. And I'm looking at it, I said, what is this figure trying to convey other than little boy on rocking horse? And I hate it when I have to describe my work. I absolutely hate it. And I have to describe the image for people. And I was describing this to someone the other day, and they asked me what it was, and I said, well, it's kind of it's like an abstract realism painting of a little boy on a rocking horse. Oh, I bet it's cute. There is nothing more offensive to me than calling my work cute or pretty. It's so deeply offensive. So then I always end up looking at him going, oh, okay, you don't get it. It's more about the feel and what is the intent? What are we trying to convey here? So I'm looking at it, and the Gorillaz are playing, and my friend Kristen Eck is on the air, and I went, bam, I am here. This is a young boy placed on a rocking horse, and it's not just about a young boy placed on a rocking horse. A cute, adorable, pretty picture of a young boy on a rocking horse. I looked at the vulnerability I was trying to convey, not just in his horse, but also in the use or non-use of material. This is pencil on white gesso here. The material is very sparse. Here's black gesso. There's no paint added here. Well, there's a little bit of paint added there, but it's not covered. His sweater, his shorts, there's really not much there. It's just vulnerability of that surface, because this could get dirty, which it has. I've got my fingerprints in there, that it could somehow be erased. So there's hopefully a feeling of vulnerability in this child. And it's not that just about a child who's feeling vulnerable. It is about us. And the vulnerable child we are throughout our lives. How we are put in position. Okay, that should help a little bit. How we're put in a powerless place in the world, or with people they feel they have power over us, and they are allowed to abuse us or say just frankly really shitty things to diminish you. So it's not really about a child, it's about all of us. Let me lift this up just for a sec. And so I started writing in a phrase that I've written into many paintings, and I'm not sure if I pronounce this correctly. Ich bin hier. It's I am here in German. I am here, I am here, I am here. How many times have we had to say that? How many times? Oops. I've actually had to say to many bosses and their bosses and their bosses' bosses, I'm an effing human being. I deserve to be treated with some respect on some level. And in moments of our vulnerability, in those moments where we suddenly feel endangered or less than, we've had the power imposed on us to silence us and to separate us, to belittle us, and to make these deeply insecure idiots feel more powerful. How many times have we had to say, I'm a human being? If not out loud, at least in our heads. I'm here, I'm alive, I am doing my best. How many times have we had to apologize just for being alive? I know for me, in April, it'll be a 58-year struggle of saying, there we go. I'm here. I'm a human being. I'm alive. I deserve to be treated decently. I deserve to not be treated like a target for someone else's hubris to exist. So Ich bin hier, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, actually it's right over, it's in the painting right here. I'm actually smaller than this shirt, let you know. In that painting of Pulp Friction, it's in a lot of my drag paintings, but it's in a tremendous amount of my paintings. And so I wanted to express that here, so it's not just a little boy on a horse. Now also, in the background up here, I've taken yellow oil pastel and written Ich bin hier. All through the top half of this background, lower half a really electric orange. Took the yellow and electric orange, hope you can hear me, and added it somewhat to the figure here, or the yellow rather, here, here in the figure, and then the electric orange is throughout the child, the hobby horse. So it's got a really abstract construction to it, but also a little bit of realism. And what this does, the added colors, the added oils, I don't know how it's going to come across on the camera, but in person it takes and twists everything. So I'm glad Kristen was on. I gotta grab something. I'll be right back. All right, let's try this. Can't find the color I want. I really want that green. But maybe there's a reason I don't have the green. So I'm adding the teal. And yeah, that's working beautifully. Oh, excuse me. It's there. Oh, wow. That's more interesting. Adding the teal. Using the, whoop, there we go again. Using the oil pastel instead of paint. Adds a layer of roughness. And fragility. Sorry, I got lost. Roughness and fragility that I really enjoy adding to the work. What are they doing now? They were adding wood chips, I think, to the jungle gym right in back of here. They're doing something else. Who knows? Yesterday it was the city cutting down trees. Today it's the playground. Oh yeah, this is getting more and more compelling as we move along. And that's what we want. We want work that's compelling, that pulls the viewer in. And does something more than say, oh, pretty picture, which I find so revolting. And it sounds like I'm being dramatic, but I don't. I find it revolting and lazy. I mean, it's also inexperience. I'm sorry, I'm very snotty at times. I'm very snotty at times, I'm sorry. And I shouldn't be, because it took me years to find my voice, my intent, what drives me. So I have no right to be McSnotty pants. What I find egregious is when experienced artists, people who have been doing this for decades, yep, there we go, don't stretch themselves and don't bother to find another way of doing things. You know, they found their way, the work is selling, so I'm just going to stick with it. All right, before I say anything more stupid or insulting, and let my actual thoughts come out of my head any further, I am going to stop. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. Okay, I'm definitely stopping ish now. Okay, you're not going to be able to see this. I've got the turquoise lines, turquoise lines, turquoise lines, turquoise lines. Oop, turquoise. Oop, turquoise. And I'm all fired up. Can you tell? I think actually I'm just going to finish this right now. Pull it together. Pull the whole painting together, not me. Yep. Yep, this turquoise was the trick. This turquoise definitely was the trick. So once again, we had orange and red in the backgrounds. Let me pull this away a little bit. Maybe that'll help. So once again, yesterday I had oranges and reds, titanium buff, and in the past 24 hours or so, I've washed it with Utrex Spring Green. Now we've gone in, added oil pastel and yellow, oil pastel, a very bright orange, and one of my favorite colors, oil pastel with turquoise. And then what is this, Holbein? I don't know how to pronounce that. Holbein? It's okay. It's nice and soft. Love the scribble. I love just the scribble. That gives it the energy, the vibrancy. And it keeps the idea or image from feeling complacent. So anyway, I think I'm done. I think we just finished this. Or not. We're not. There. There. Yep. That did it. Okay, done. I'm going to put this in the other room, let the oil pastel settle down a little bit for a couple days, and then I'll sign it and it'll be done. If you're interested in any of my work, there comes the plug. Plugs. If you're interested in any of my work, check the links out down below. There's ways to support Studio 120 to help me moving, keep buying supplies, but also if there's something like this where you go, oh damn, I gotta have that. The list of galleries you can contact is listed down below this video, all videos actually. Blue Egg Gallery, Chasing Galleries, but I've also got Art Front Galleries in New Jersey, etc. Sorry, I'm yelling over the noise. Also, but if you'd like to support Studio 120 and the artwork and the stuff and me babbling and my pajamas, my lack of showering. There's a bunch of ways you can do it down below. You can purchase items through TeePublic. You can supply monthly support on Patreon. You can, you know, toss a coin in my hat on Cash App or PayPal and just help keep me with a studio and a roof over my head. All right, that's it. Definitely gonna go shower now, I promise. No more smelliness, plus the noise. All right, ciao, 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 ciao. Boing.